Okay, good morning, everyone. My name is Gail Hartfield, Senior Forecaster here at the National Weather Service in Raleigh, giving you the routine weekly briefing for Central North Carolina, covering the period Thursday through Wednesday, August 4th through 10th. And let's get started here. Okay, so today we're going to see continued hot and humid conditions, even by August standards. Temperatures are going to be a little bit above normal for this time of year. Our normals for this time of year are in the upper 80s to lower 90s over most of the area. So we'll be seeing temperatures maybe a little bit above that for today. And that is helping, that along with the high dew points is helping to push up our heat index values up to critical levels. As you can see there, our forecast maximum for today are going to be right around 100 to 106, potentially a little bit higher in spots from the Triangle South and East especially. So we do have a heat advisory in effect for our southeast counties today. And good time to remind you of the heat safety tips. Remember to stay in shade if possible and stay in well-ventilated areas. That breeze lots of times helps to keep you cool and stave off heat illness. Make sure you drink plenty of liquids and staying hydrated. Trying to limit strenuous activity outdoors, and staying in air conditioning as much as possible, checking in on friends and neighbors and making sure everyone's okay. And it has to go without saying, never leave children or pets in any cars for any length of time. It doesn't take long before temperatures can get up to very dangerous or deadly levels inside vehicles. So just practice those heat safety tips today and heading in the next several days. Here's the upcoming weather pattern. We've got deep high pressure. It's centered out over the northwestern Atlantic, so just offshore of the northeast U.S. and mid-Atlantic. And this high pressure will continue to extend across North Carolina for the next several days. This is going to produce kind of a warm and moist flow out of the south and southwest that will help to fuel scattered showers and storms. And these are expected to continue through the middle of next week. Best chances look like they're going to be in the northwest sections like the Triad area and particularly in the mountains of the state and in the southeast near that sea breeze as it kind of heads inland throughout the afternoon. So those will be our spots of greatest coverage, but we will see scattered showers and storms. We could see them at any point, at any time across this area for the next several days. So best chances are going to be in the afternoon and the evening, but we can't rule out a stray shower or storm anywhere across central North Carolina over the next several days. We are expecting nearly equal coverage for the next several days, but it's looking like the highest chances should be on Sunday and again next Wednesday. So again, it'll be mostly scattered, mostly confined to the northwest and far southeast with a little bit of a lower chances in through the heart of our central North Carolina. And looking like a broken record, temperatures will hold near slightly above normal for each day heading into the near future. Here's our precipitation forecast for the next 5 days. As you can see, there's not an awful lot. There's a lot of space in central North Carolina that has very few, very little rainfall, but in any time, you could see some scattered storms that are going to produce some pockets of heavy downpours, and that may cause local rainfall totals to push up and could still produce some localized flooding issues in some areas, especially given that these storms are going to be fairly slow moving, so that could cause some potential issues. But overall, rainfall will be pretty small over the entire area. Looking at the excessive rainfall outlook, again, we're not expecting widespread heavy rainfall to produce flooding across the area. That said, we are expecting a risk of heavy rainfall in the mountains of North Carolina and into Virginia, and some of this water could go into the rivers. So you might see some of our river levels might tick up a little bit over the next several days, but by and large, apart from those, as I mentioned, isolated flooding threats with heavy downpours, we're not expecting any widespread flooding issues across our area. Here's the severe weather outlook for the next few days. And you can see we're in that light green, that just general thunderstorms. Certainly in and near any storms can produce gusty winds of 45 miles an hour or better. but we're not expecting there to be any widespread severe storms. So usual, if you got outdoor activities, keep an eye on the sky, head indoors to safety at the first sound of thunder or the first sight of lightning. Just try to stay safe and make sure you're making good decisions when you're out there during this time of year, because any storms can produce those pretty strong gusty winds up to 40, 45 miles an hour. And the tropical Atlantic remains quiet for now. And I say for now, we're not looking at anything in the near future, but we are getting pretty close to that time where climatologically we're starting to see a quick ramp up in tropical cyclone activity. It peaks, of course, in the first and second weeks of September, but historically we do see tropical activity increasing about this time of year as we get through August. So something to keep an eye out for. Always checking the latest and making sure you're informed about the latest activity out there. But for right now, it looks like we're in pretty good shape as far as the tropics go. Here's the latest drought conditions for the state. This is hot off the presses today. We're looking at a continued fairly dry pattern. We did have some weekend rains, especially in the mountains, and that has helped some areas to curb the drought a little bit and boosted some of the lake levels. However, we still see some abnormally dry area across most of central North Carolina and even some moderate drought in parts of the east. So something we're keeping our eye out. But so far, the rainfall has been pretty sparse and hasn't produced any widespread help for the drought. But hopefully we can get some rain in here in the next few weeks. Oh. Oh, sorry about that. So going on to the weather summary. Deep high pressure, again, it will continue to extend across the area for the next few days. This will produce scattered showers and storms, best chances in the Triad region and then back over in the mountains, and with a secondary max down in our far southeast near that sea breeze. Not a lot of favored days for rainfall, but Sunday and then next Wednesday should see the highest rain chances. And as we get into Wednesday, we do have a cold front that will be approaching from the northwest, so that will help boost our shower and storm chances starting on Wednesday and looking beyond that, probably a little bit beyond that, where it looks like we might be headed toward a slightly cooler pattern. So hopefully we'll be on the lookout for that. Until then, temperatures are going to hold near or slightly above normal through the middle of next week. As far as hazards and impacts go, not a lot. We do have heat index values topping out around 105 or a little bit better in southeast sections today. So that has prompted us to issue a heat advisory, which continues for today. Heat index values will stay near or just above 100 degrees from the triangle of the south and east each day through the next several days. And it's worth noting successive days of hot weather can increase the risk of heat illnesses. So that's definitely something to watch out for. And remember your heat safety rules, because it doesn't take much if you've had successive days of this very hot weather of increasing your risk of heat illnesses there. And finally, widespread flooding threat is low, but scattered storms may still produce heavy downpours, so be on alert for localized flooding in streets and in poor drainage areas. And that's it. As always, don't hesitate to contact us if you have any needs for weather support. And thanks so much, and we will talk to you for the next briefing scheduled on Monday.